how did I land another $2,000 per month client for my SMA digital marketing agency? What's up, guys? My name is Jordan Lee, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how I was able to land my third SMMA high ticket, high affluent, whatever you want to call it, client for my digital marketing agency. We landed a payment for $2,000 per $2,000. And you guys were probably in my previous video, you guys heard me go through the sales call, how we were able to take my, how he was able to hop on the call with my sales team, and then we closed him for $2,000. So in my previous video, you can hear how we closed this deal, but in today's video, I want to talk about how we were even able to get him to hop on the call with us and pre-qualified, and he was already, you know, kind of bought into our service before even hopping on the call. So it's going to save you a whole lot of time. I know there's a lot of you guys where you guys are hopping on calls and still trying to sell your services and trying to prove something to this potential client, and you get the, you know, I'll get back to you, let me talk to my team, I'll think about it, follow up with me, and you'll probably hear some type of excuse where they'll then just ghost you. That's usually what happens. Anyways, so this client came from this actually came in. Let me just show you my Stripe account here. We landed this client on February 17th. He is our third client. He is located in Illinois or something like that, I think. Anyways, landed him on February 17th. As you can see here is a gross volume of 2,000. Stripe does take a 3% fee, merchant fee, which comes out to be $1,941.70. The 2,000. So how we charged them was the $1,500 management fee, and then initially we were going to charge him $1,000 on setup, but because he also needed to allocate $1,500 to his ad budget, that would have been a total of $4,000 that he would have had to invest in the month with us. He was a little uptight about that money because, you know, he wasn't getting much business. He was trying to get more business through us, but he wasn't getting much business. So he asked if he could lower his ad budget to $1,000 instead of $1,500. Well, we told him that, hey, don't worry about it. We want you to get the maximum results. We want you to have, have a good amount of ad budget so that way you can see more results. We'll go ahead and we'll lower our setup fee to $500. So $1,500 management fee, which is monthly, and then a one-time setup fee of $500. So the setup fee, you guys can choose whatever. So depending on your niche, if there's more work that is involved, obviously you can charge more. If the client, has a big account where they're trying to advertise a lot of things and you have to build out a lot of stuff, and it's going to take more work on the management side, then you can also increase your management fee. So charge accordingly to your value and how much work you're going to need to be putting in, and then charge accordingly. So now I'm going to get to how we were able to get this client to schedule a call with us, reached out to us on automation automatically, hop on a sales call with us, and was already pretty much sold on our services. By the time we got on the sales call, he was pretty much already sold. He did have some resistance as far as, hey, I've heard this before, or I've tried working with other marketing agencies and did not get good results. And, I hear that from every single potential client that hops on a sales call with us. It's the same objections every time. I know the objections by now. And so if you've heard of that before, just prepare for those questions, be ready, show your expertise, show your case studies, whatever you need to do. And then soon enough, he was like, all right, I'm going to roll the dice and try this out. But we made sure that, hey, you're not gambling with us. We're giving you a 30-day money-back guarantee. We're guaranteeing you the results. And you're going to be extremely happy because we are already, getting the same results for our other clients who do exactly what you do. So all we're doing is plugging in our system and replicating the results for you. So how we were able to do that was get him through what I call a VSL. It's a video sales letter funnel that I've created. The main objective whenever we are reaching out to potential clients and prospecting, I'm always trying to get every single prospect to watch my video sales letter. It's a basic landing page with a video on it. I throw some case studies on the landing page in case they don't want to watch the video for whatever reason. However, I really try to push the video sales letter. So he went on he got on my landing page, and he actually did watch the video on my landing page because he said that was the main reason he actually scheduled the call with us. He said, normally I ignore this stuff. I don't want to do it. And, I've heard it all, done it all. But because, I watched your video, I saw what you've done, and I was actually very impressed, which is why I'm on a call with you today. That's exactly what he said. You can listen on the call, my previous video. He watched the entire video, and whenever you watch, when the video pretty much explains, what we do, what services we offer, and we specifically speak to our niche. So he is specifically in our niche, so we're speaking directly to people just like him. And then in the video, we have video testimonials, we have case studies, where we're able to get these results for other our clients that are just like him. So he's able to see all that, and by the time he's watching to the end, even half or even 3/4 of the video, he's impressed and he's convinced that, wow, this is what I need. This is exactly my problem, which is getting more business, getting more leads, getting more clients. And they gave me the solution. Here's the solution. And in the video, I give it all. Like, I give up my entire strategy to them, exactly how it works, so that way, by the end of the video, they can literally take my strategies and do it for themselves. That is how much value I pack into my video sales letter, making sure that my prospects, when they do watch the video, they get a massive ton of value. So by the end of the video, they can actually just do it themselves and get clients. However, your clients, for whatever niche it is, whatever profession they're working in, that's all they know. That's all they want to focus on. So if I'm a digital marketer, I just want to do digital marketing. I don't want to do anything else that's going to take time away from that. And let's say your client is, what is your client? Your client is a business owner, right? And he sells food. He's a restaurant owner, okay? Let's just say he's a restaurant owner. That's all he wants to focus on. He just wants to manage his restaurant and work in his restaurant, making sure the restaurant is good. He doesn't want to focus on the marketing side and having to figure out how to market, how to run Google Ads, how to build landing pages, how to build funnels, how to get more customers and things like that, right? So I give it all to him. And wow, that makes sense. If I was to do this myself, then this is exactly how I would get clients. However, I don't have time to set this all up and figure it out. It's going to take time, and it's going to cost me money, right? And it's going to take time away from them being able to do what they do best, which is manage restaurants or whatever your client is within your niche. So I give up as much value as possible. They watch the video. In his case, he was very impressed with the video, saw the exact strategies, and he decided to hop on a call. And by the time he hopped on a call with me, or not with me, but with my sales guy, my sales team, he was already convinced. He said, "Hey, I was really impressed with your video. However, still feeling a little nervous, a little skeptical about this, just because of everything that's happened in the past, and he's heard all this before. But because he saw that video, he was able to visually see it and how it actually works for him, instead of just hearing it, right? Hearing it or reading it. But when they're able to see it, live case studies, live testimonials, you literally, building out the systems and the campaigns, and hey, this is how it's going to work. This is how you're going to get clients. As you can see here, clients are calling this. How many? This is our call log for one of our clients. This is how many calls, leads, and they got this month. This is exactly how much they spent on ads. Everything from A to Z. And by the end of the video, they should have everything that they need to be confident in what you do, and they should be ready to invest and become a client. So if the more that you put into your video sales letter and making sure that video has so much value and that you are the expert, you know what you're talking about, and you've gotten results and you can get results for him or just people just like him, then you're going to be able to convince him, and it's going to be that much easier to convince him to become a client. It is the powerful strategy. I don't know, there's a lot of people out here that is still trying to get your first client, and you're offering free trials, free audits, and you're hopping on discovery calls, and I don't know what else you're doing, but it's going to waste a lot of time. Like I know that I see a lot of people, like these lead gen gurus, they'll show off their calendar. Hey, we've scheduled 100 calls with potential clients this month, or 50 calls today, or whatever, right? You guys probably seen it. Lead gen gurus, you have the entire calendar filled up with sales calls. But here's the thing, though: how many of those sales calls are discovery calls, and how many of those sales calls are actually people who want to work with you, right? Because there's a big difference. There's a big difference between you hopping on a call with someone for the first time, which is a discovery call. They're learning more about your services, you're learning more about their business, and then you guys see if you're a good fit for each other. Compared to you're hopping a call with someone that already knows about you, already knows exactly what you do, know how much you charge, seeing your case studies, seeing your testimonials, know that you can actually get them results. Trust me, those two phone calls are two entirely different phone calls, because with a discovery call, you're going to have to follow up. You're going to, send them additional information. They're going to have to think about it, because most people aren't going to make a decision right on the first discovery call and send you, $2,000 to $5,000 over one phone call, unless you're some type of crazy, mad, expert phone closer salesperson. And that's someone that I'm not. Even my sales team is not that sales guy. So in order for you to increase your, conversion rate, your sales rate, and, making sure that you're able to close a deal on the first call, saving you a massive ton of time, is to pre-qualify them and then warm them up before they even hop on a sales call with you. Before they even hop on a sales call with you, they should already be like half convinced that they want to work with you. And all they have to do is hop on a call with you, see if they like you, and then just hear it from you yourself that you can help them. It's more of a reassurance phone call, pretty much. And if you can go on a phone call and reassure them on that initial call, they're going to become a client. And it is much easier. The conversation is way much easier. The sales call is way much easier when it is a warm lead compared to your initial call. So don't get so psyched up and hyped up about people who have 20 calls scheduled a day, 100 calls scheduled a month. I'm telling you guys up front, like, I get 6 to 15 scheduled calls a month, but all of those calls are people who already know what I do. They're warm leads, and we just need to hop on to reassure them. So that is why our closing rate is fairly high, I would say. But there's going to be a lot of people where they didn't watch the video, or they just wasn't convinced enough just because of the past experience, because there's a lot of I'm in a really competitive niche, but I don't know what niche you guys are in, but I'm in a very competitive niche where they have worked with a ton of marketing companies before, promising them the world and got them zero results, spent a lot of money and got zero return on their investment. So sometimes I'm going to get clients or potential clients where they're just not convinced. We've heard it before. You're making the same promises, yada yada yada, and it's a loss for them. It is what it is. But the ones that do sign on with you, and you only need a handful of clients to build up your 6-figure agency, or even build up enough income just to work from home and not have to work your 9 to 5 or whatever. But that is pretty much my system on how I do things. If you guys want to learn more, if you guys want to connect with me, I do have a private Facebook group, and the link is in the description below. Join it. You can stay updated on everything I do, the resources that I provide. You can ask questions. I'm there to mentor you, answer your questions, whatever you have. I'm also coming out with a crazy, cool, new training video, kind of like a master class. I think it's going to be around 45 to 90 minutes. I'm not sure yet. I haven't put it together yet, but it's going to teach you guys my current systems on how I'm currently growing my agency. And for those of you who are just starting out your agency, you'll still benefit from it as well, because I'm pretty much teaching everything from how I went from 0 to 6 figures, 10K plus a month, and be able to work from home. So you'll be able to learn all that. Connect with me through my private Facebook group, everything, all the links in the description below. But other than that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys are struggling with in the comment section so I can get back to you. I don't have a huge subscribers or whatever here. I do live Q&A. I try to do live Q&As once a week on my YouTube channel, so make sure you turn on the notification bell if you want to hop in on these live Q&As where you can get any of your questions answered pretty much. I'm here for y'all. But until then, I'll see y'all in the next video. All right, make sure y'all subscribe. Peace.